My name is André and welcome at your Guitar Workshop. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at the guitar solo in Sad But True. I've been working on this tune with a student of mine, and I figured why not let you guys benefit from the work that we put into this already. I'm going to do this sort of riff by riff. If you want to follow along with a tab, it's on my Patreon page, just the guitar solo though. And the other thing is that probably the backing track that I used in the beginning, it's a simple backing track, but I'll have that available for my patrons as well. All right, so let's get started on the first riffs. Here we go. All right, so before we get into that, everything is tuned down a whole step. So your E string is tuned down to D, A is tuned down to G, etc. When it comes to the lick, the first thing that you do is play an interval and you slide into it. So your pointer finger is going to be on B12, middle finger on G13, and you slide into those positions. So that's right. Then you got this lick. So you play on the A string, 12, 14, then 12, 14 on D, and then you play 3 times D and G string, B and G and 12. And then you finish up with your ring finger and 14 of D. So like this. Then you play this part. So that's that double stop again and 12 on B and G. Then you get 14, 12 on D. Then 14A. And then you get 12, 14, 12 on D with a hammer on. But that last note is picked, right? So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then you get this part. So you slide into that 14th position with your ring finger. Then you get D, 12, and 14. Then so that is that double stop in 12 again with your pointer finger, then D14 to D12, then A14, and then you get that hammer on 12 to 14 on D. All right, so then you get this part. So that is pointer finger on G7, then you get a hammer on 9, pull off to 7 again, and then you slide to 6. So then middle finger on D7, play it again, and then you slide up to 9. So like this. Then you get this lick. So pointer finger there on G4, then you get hammer on in 5 with your middle finger, pull off, right? Then pinky on D7, then pointer finger G4 again, then pinky D7, middle finger 5, pointer finger 4, then middle finger A5, and then you sort of make a grace note slide from 5 to 7 on A, right? And you finish off with pinky on D9. So when you put that all together, you get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to the next part, and that goes like this. Once more. All right, so what do? So you start off with a full tone bend on 14 of G. Then you go to pointer finger 12 on B. And then you go to your pinky on 15 of B. You play that and make a pull off and do that once more. Like this. Then you do the same thing, sort of, but with a slightly different rhythm, like this. All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and like that. Then you get this. So what you do is you play again that full tone bend with your ring finger on 14 of G, then pointer finger 12, and then pinky makes 15 of B and pulls off to 12, like this. And do that again. Then you play 14, 12 on G, and then 14 twice on D, like this. So when you put that all together, you get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, that's played much faster. So a bit more in tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get the next lick, and that goes like this. All right, so what do? So you start on the D string with 12 to 14, then pointer finger 12 on G and B, then 14 D, and then 14 G to 12, then 14, 12 on D, and then you get 14 to 12 on A, and then you slide to 10th like this. And then you play 12 to 10 on A. Okay? So once more, 3, 4. Then you get the following lick that goes like this. So what do? So this is sort of how I do it. I'm not 100% sure how he does it if he uses 2 fingers. I'm using just my ring finger for that on the B and the G string. And what you do is you do 2 full tone bends on G and B in 14, and you release like this. And then just on the G string, a bend and release, pull off to 12, to 14 on D, and then pointer finger 12, like this. Then ring finger 14. Okay, so you get... And then you get, again, a full tone bend and release on 14 of G and B. Then 12 on G, 14 D, and then 12 on G and B. All right, so like this, 3, 4. Then you get 14 to 12 on G, and then you get this part. So what is that? So you have a full tone bend and release on 14 of G and B, release, then 12, and then you do that again, and again. And then you finish off with a full tone bend on 14 of G, like this. The last lick goes like this. That last one should be a double stop. All right, so what do you do there? So you start off on the 4 and, or actually the 1 end of the 4th beat. Anyway, so 12 on A, and then you get 14, 12, 14 on A, then 12 on D to 14A to 12 on D, so like this. Then you get 14, 12, 14 on D, then 12G, 14D, 12G, then 14, 12, 14 on G, like this. Then you get a full tone bend on 14 of that G string. Then you play B string on 12, all right, twice. Then you play 13, 12, 13 on that B string. And then you play 15 3 times, all right? So then you play the following thing. So that is pointer finger on 12 of E, make a hammer on with your ring finger on 15 and a pull off. Then ring finger goes to 15 of B, and then you play that E string in 12 again 4 times. So again, I do that once more. All right, so, and then you get this part. So you get 15, pull off to 12 on E, then 15 of B, pull off to 13, then 14 of G, then point finger 13 of B, ring finger 15, so then, and then you finish up with a double stop and 15. So that's pinky on E15, ring finger on B15, and it's your ring finger that makes a full tone bend there. All right, so that whole lick, 3, 4. And that's it.